Yeah.
that we have, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I promise you, before her hustle her way, Nita and I were talking about a podcast.
Yeah.
We talked about reality shows. We were like, we need our own reality show.
Man.
Like, nobody.
If they had a reality show in property management,
I promise you,
that would be the number one show for a lifetime.
it would have good ratings.
Yep.
I'm like,
The rating is gonna be good.
Yeah.
Her hustle,
Her way.
her way. It's the best thing you've ever seen before, of course. But it's gonna be big. It's the blacks, women. The blacks. We love the blacks.
Definitely the blacks. Definitely the blacks. It's that black girl magic. Black girl magic.
Black girl magic. I'm done.
I'm not expecting that. Oh, no. But let's go.
Maintenance.
Hey. Today we got a very special guest in the building.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
You know, it's been take two. So we appreciate y'all running it back.
Thank you for having us back.
And today we have,
Her hustle, her way.
let's go.
I was waiting for that.
Man, how you guys doing?
Good.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Can you guys introduce yourself and let the people know who you are?
Of course.
Yes, indeed.
Courtney.
Let's start with the GOAT.
Go ahead, man. Oh, the goat? Am I the goat?
You are. Come through.
No, my name is Shantae Allen. I am recently, well, now a year, transitioned out of the property management space
Yes.
and onto the vendor side.
Nice.
So it's about to be a year on April 20th. So that year went by very, very quickly. But spent 19 years on the operation side, multiple markets from California, Phoenix, Houston to Atlanta. So
All right.
Wow. Awesome
been
sauce.
all over.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a lot of knowledge and skills
Like,
to bring to the
knowledge.
table for sure.
A lot of large markets.
That's
so,
right. I like it.
yep.
Awesome.
And I am Kayla Latson.
Mhm.
I've been in multifamily for about like 15 years now. I'm a senior strategic marketing manager and really love what I do, especially on the marketing side and being able to be creative and just drive performance. I cover a lot of markets as well, so about like 7 states. You know.
Hey,
Wow.
7 states.
She's a marketing
Wow.
Yeah, you.
Wow.
I bet that phone be going off.
Yes.
Bro, I was about to see if we could hire her, but
Yeah.
she's above our pay grade.
Yeah, we can't afford you right now.
No, she's booked and busy.
So yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Yeah, that's
All right.
awesome.
Hello.
Hey.
I am Nita Pian, and I am the baby in the property management space, but
Oh.
not in the people management space.
Gotcha.
So my background comes from hospitality, spent about 15 years there, and then another 12 in operations, corporate on the regional side. And as for markets, all over the globe, we've got Atlanta, New York, the DMV,
Oh,
LA, so
Wow.
and now the Midwest in Minnesota.
Jesus.
Man, that's awesome. Wow.
That, yeah.
Yeah, we got y'all covered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Across the country.
So y'all working all over the place and we only in Atlanta.
Right.
That's enough. Atlanta's a prime itself, okay?
Yes, it is.
Atlanta is not a real place.
I agree.
Definitely in a real
I
place.
agree, man. But honestly, one thing that I love though, and I talk to Shan about this all the time. Like, man, I love seeing
like Black women just killing it and thriving. Like it motivates me
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
like
Y'all really
10
do.
times better than I am right now.
Yeah. Y'all really do show what the definition of Black excellence actually is, because y'all always just push and strive, and y'all are always
Yeah.
in these higher positions that are in these rooms that a lot of people can't get in. So we definitely enjoy seeing that, and we like to root for y'all every step of the way.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful thing. It's beautiful.
It is. It is.
So let's get into a few questions right now that I want to talk about. We're going to start about the apartment industry and leadership reality. And then as regional managers, what pressure did you guys not see?
Did we not?
I was like, not or
There was a lot of pressure. I think what we missed.
Oh, did people not see? I'm sorry. Did people not see?
okay.
People know.
As a regional manager,
Yeah.
I left out the people part. You know I can't read right now.
I'm like,
That
sure.
that Yerbo Monte got me jittery, got me amped up.
I think definitely the behind the scenes pressure that we dealt with, that we tried to shield our on-site teams from. We took a lot of the brunt of the issues, the conversations, the meetings, the late night phone calls,
Yeah.
the 60-day action plan.
60-day action plan.
60, 90.
Yeah. So we kind of had to take that on and still keep the morale on site
Yeah.
high, because we still needed them to perform.
Right.
Although we were running around corporate with our heads cut off, we could not allow our teams to do that.
Right.
So I think the pressure, we took on a lot of pressure, which, eventually sometimes would turn into burnout.
Yeah.
And we would just kind of repeat the cycle
Yeah.
and push out high performance, but be, burnt out on the inside. So
Yeah, I like to call it keeping the dam, right? So if you think about like the Panama Canal,
Right.
and you have the dam there, and so that's what I was for my team.
Yeah.
And I had to make sure that whatever was coming down the pipeline was not going to affect them.
Yeah.
And it's funny because one day they ended up seeing a slight glimmer of it and was like, "You have been dealing with that? How?" I was
Yeah.
like, "Welcome to my world."
Right.
Right. So I think that's the most important piece, because for me, the people are paramount.
Yeah.
And without them, nothing can work.
yeah.
So
You really want to keep your people a little insulated too, because
Yeah.
that's part of the leadership portion. And from my side on like the regional marketing, especially when
Yeah.
you're going on site visits and things like that, they look at us as like sunshine and rainbows. We're supposed to be providing them this experience that's a little bit more light.
Yeah.
Even though I know what's going on,
Right.
I see it. I have all the conversations from the client level down to the property level, but they are to be like, everything's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Let's ground ourselves here. Let's take it one bite at a time, and I ideally want to make it feel more manageable, even though the dam might be breaking like a little bit.
Yeah.
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 How do you keep it from spilling over though? Like, because you're taking all of this pressure from your upper management, and then you're having to relay some of this stuff to your team. And how do you stop that from lashing out on them, because now you're frustrated and like you said, you're burnt out? How do you kind of separate that and try your best not to take that over to the team?
Self conversations.
Yeah. A lot of self-talk. I think
Yeah.
for me, it was the pause
Yeah.
after the meetings,
Yeah.
where a lot of people are just used to delegating and shooting out information. For me, I had to understand the information that I was shooting out.
Yeah.
I was not the regional manager that would just type up an email straight from the horse's mouth. Like, I wanted to make sure that I could explain the crazy, the chaos, or whatever we needed to do.
Right.
So for me, it was the pause. I had to pause before getting on the phone with a manager or a property and explain. Yeah, take a breath.
Take a beat, and then I use the golden rule. Like, I want to treat you how I would like to be treated, if not better.
Right.
Regardless if we had a very intense meeting and this is not right, and things get a little crazy sometimes with ownership groups or internal. And And then you don't want that again to spill over.
Right.
But you also want to relay the message like this is very important too. Take that moment, take a step, and then also get to the meat of the matter.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, even if the sky is falling, let's do the next best right thing.
Yeah.
And that's how I kind of choose to execute
Gotcha.
in my communication.
Yeah, for me, it's the background of relatedness. So I make it a point to really know each of my team members,
Yeah.
to know how to present information to each one of them. And so I can be transparent to a point. So it's
Right.
like, look, this is the real deal and this is what's going on. Now let's see how we're going to disseminate this throughout everybody.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
While others, I'll have to say, okay, so this is what happened today.
Oh,
You know, it's a different situation with each and
Yeah.
every person.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because transparency builds trust.
Yes.
So you have to be transparent.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I like it. Somebody that keeps it honest and stuff. And Shantae was that person for us. She kept it honest. She always
Real.
kept it real. So
She was.
we
Do it again. Do it again.
we appreciate that.
Yes, indeed. What did the role teach you about leadership that most people misunderstand?
I think that, well, not I think, what I know leadership to be,
Yeah.
if you have a ladder, right?
Mhm.
It's knowing where to place the ladder.
Right.
And management is climbing up the ladder. And I think a lot of times people collapse the two.
Mm-hmm.
And when they first take a management or supervisory position, they are always thinking about the next step and how do you go and how do you go. But
Right.
it's sometimes not about the vertical progression.
Right.
It's let's look at the big picture and see where we're going to place this ladder before we go to step 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest part. And I think the second part of that would be that when you are a leader, and I'm using these words particular, you are managing above, below, and to the sides.
That's true. Yeah.
Damn.
So it's not just one way.
Mhm.
You are definitely making sure that you're managing your supervisor. You are managing relationships with your owners, your clients, and your colleagues, and
Yeah.
then beneath. And once you understand that it's a total 360,
Yeah.
Wow.
that's how you succeed.
100%. And to add to that, what I learned about leadership is true leadership in that level is a servant position,
Mhm.
right? We are here to serve not just the end user or the client or
Yeah.
what have you. It's how can I make my teams better?
Yeah.
How can I improve performance?
Mhm.
And,
Yeah.
you know, we love numbers and KPIs and things like that, but part of that is the people factor as well.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, so if you come at it like this is a servant position, I want to make sure everybody else is shining. And then from that, we can all be in this nice circular, like this cycle that everybody's bringing their best to the table because they feel good about
Right.
what they're doing.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I think once you step aside from the word manage,
Mm-hmm.
because to me, you manage tasks.
Correct.
You manage people. When I got in that position, my goal was to lead by example.
Right.
Yeah.
And when I was on site, I made everybody feel equal,
Mhm.
including myself. I was never too big or had a title too large to where I couldn't pick up a phone if the phone rang in the leasing office.
Right.
And my team was busy if a tour came in.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it was leading from a position of me being an example to those around me. Because I would never ask you to do something that I would not do myself.
Right.
Correct.
I tell everybody,
I
even
like that.
maintenance,
Mhm.
I'll do everything but toilets.
Okay. there's
Everything.
limits.
I feel you. I feel you. It's a limit to it.
Yes, there's a limit.
Okay.
But you need me to paint a baseboard. You need
Yeah.
me to spiff a unit real quick.
Uh-huh.
Like, it was getting back to basics for
Yeah.
me. And I wanted my teams to know that when the regional manager came, it wasn't like, oh my God, we got to make sure the property looks
Yes.
amazing. Da-da-da. Yeah, I wanted the property to look amazing. But I was there to help you get to that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm.
So that was
We're
the
a
difference
team.
for me.
Yeah. And honestly, that is what made you an awesome regional.
Yeah.
Because you had even though you had the title at the time, that didn't define who you
Yeah.
are as a person or who you are as a person, right? Under that title. And for a lot of women like yourself, it is so tough, right? And people don't understand like what you guys go through on a daily basis, but they
Yeah.
expect you to come, show up,
Yep.
put the S on your chest,
Correct.
and pretend, and just you have to be okay. You have to be on,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are some of the misconceptions about women in executive roles?
That we're emotional, and specifically that Black women, our passion is often misconstrued as maybe angry
Yeah.
Yeah.
or combative or difficult to work
Aggressive.
with, aggressive. So that I think is the biggest misconception about women in leadership and executive roles and things like that, because we often take on these stereotypes that aren't true, especially if you're being firm
Right.
and you're kind of digging your heels in on what these goals are. Now it's a problem, which
Right.
it wouldn't be a problem for my male counterpart.
Right.
So that to me is one of the larger misconceptions.
Anybody else want to add?
It's brewing.
So do you feel that you had to?
Sneets is like, pick me. No comments.
So
Gonna wade in the water on it.
right, she's like, what about the next one?
Circle back.
So with those misconceptions, like with you being a woman in a role, do you feel like you have to outperform like your equal counterparts?
Yes.
Yeah.
There is no feel like. So I happen to be a Caribbean American. My parents are from Haiti. And it was always instilled that, education was key. You had to be the best. And I'm sure a lot of us in the room have heard, you have to be at 200%
Right.
just to be considered maybe at 80.
Yeah.
That doesn't go away.
Right.
And now it becomes even stronger when a lot of the times you are the only one in the room.
Yeah.
So for me, I got a little age on these ladies over here. So it was often, I was the first in many of my positions.
Yeah.
And then you have a whole group of people that are looking to you
Right.
because they're like, I've never seen anything like this before.
Yeah.
Right? How are you going to help me? And what is the path? And what can I do? And that actually was a welcome change at the time when I was in Atlanta because there were others, right? There were others that looked like me. And at the same time, all skin folk aren't kin folk. So
That part.
you had to wade the waters and understand what was going on
Yeah.
and choose and pick your battles and understood that everybody didn't want you to win. Some people really wanted you to fail, even if it was subconsciously. So
Right.
I really want to put out that I don't think that individuals are vindictive. It's just certain people want things for themselves.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, you're in the way.
Yeah.
So, the obstacle has to be removed. And so you have to navigate yourself around that. And I think that's how we actually became friends because we became the safe space
Yeah.
for each other just to breathe and
Yeah.
exhale.
Absolutely.
There was no judgment.
Yes.
You need that.
Yeah.
There's no preconceived notions
Nope.
or type of or chess moves or anything like
Yeah.
that. We could just be 100% ourselves
Yeah.
and vent and laugh, and that was definitely needed.
Pray and cry and
Yes.
smile. All the things.
Wow.
Wow.
With you taking all those arrows and stuff for everybody, like what's one of the hardest decisions that you had to make in those roles? Yeah.
Because I care about people so much.
Yeah.
And, the corporate industry is one that is, I'm not trying to get political, but
Yeah.
look at the government, right?
Absolutely.
So that's how corporations run,
Right.
Just like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of moving pieces that you may not see. So yeah, there were, backstabbers, these people and those people, and to learn of them later, it never affected me in the moment, but to learn of it later, it makes you sad
Yeah.
because you're like, this is someone that I put my name out for,
Yeah.
or I, helped, or I dealt with things in the corner. Because when you have teams, you're going through life,
Right.
Oh, yeah.
right? So say something's going on. I had a team member who had a mother pass. And at the time, this person actually did not come to work for about 8 days.
Yeah.
No call, no show.
Oh.
I didn't tell anybody. I dealt with it in the house.
Right.
Right. Because I knew that they were going through something.
Yeah.
And we rallied around. So to hear, years later that XYZ took place, you kind of just have to take a deep breath. And for me, I'm like, there is something called karma, and I can put my head on a pillow at night and sleep very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, other people may have nightmares, but I'm all right.
Yeah, I would say to add on to it, because choosing the piece is a big one, but burnout is real.
Yeah.
So letting go, the art of letting go is really what I had focused on for the last couple of years. And I was so used to like white knuckling it and like, no, I got it. I can figure it out. And that's part of being a woman in the workplace in a leadership position.
Yeah.
For years, I was the only one. So, and then once you start performing, you're only going to be rewarded with more work.
Right. Oh,
You're going to be.
Hard work.
that's
gives
how
you
it
more
is.
work.
Yes.
And so.
But it doesn't give you more money. So,
All the
Sometimes it
time.
does, but not all the time.
yes.
But yeah, so the art of saying, you know what, the boundaries are up. I don't have the capacity
Yeah.
Yeah.
anymore. Finding the right language and knowing that that's not a failure.
Yeah.
It's actually a form of leadership to say, I don't have the capacity, but I know who can and who will. And if I don't, let's figure out how to delegate. What do you want me to take off my plate so I can take this on?
Yeah.
It's really how that language has changed over the years.
Yeah. And no is a full sentence.
Oh.
Yes.
That's what I had to
With
learn.
a period.
Say it again for the people in the back.
No.
Yeah.
No is a full sentence.
Got one of Pooh's bones.
No, DeMarco.
No, DeMarco.
I know, but
Yeah.
I think we've been, in a sense, trained to make sure the people around us are comfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That we forget that we're the uncomfortable ones.
Mm.
And I think it took me a long time to realize just how uncomfortable
Yeah.
I was in the spaces that I occupied.
Right.
And it took a while for me to say, you know what, Shantae, you have to choose yourself.
Yes.
Yes.
Because I'm such a people person, like Nitsa said and Kayla said, this is a people industry. And once I realized that people were no longer the priority, or should I say that the on-site teams were no longer the priority.
Right.
And the corporate people weren't either.
Yeah, you were right. People.
Yeah.
People.
All the people.
All the people.
But it took me a while to get to that because I was so used to, well, I hope Kayla's okay. I hope, this person's okay and that person's okay. Well, what will my clients think?
Yeah. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I was the one going home crying and getting up crying. And I'm no, somebody help me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
My therapist says that's setting yourself on fire to keep others warm. And when she gave me that analogy, it was more so in the like outside of work realm, but that applies as well.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
these are just habits that, we learn or we've picked up from nature, nurture, however you want to, say it. This is what you built in your framework to make sure everybody's okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you start turning around, like you start feeling depleted.
Yeah.
So it's just do a pulse check on yourself first.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Wow.
So in those roles that you have right now, what are some of the barriers that still exist? Well, still exist that people pretend that are gone.
So there's this whole notion of mansplaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you walk into certain rooms and there are a lot of female executives. And this is what I most recently faced. And I remember I was having a conversation with one of the asset managers and they were explaining to me renewals of stabilized assets because this happened to be a new dev conversation.
Yeah.
Well, when you have a stabilized asset, you have. Now, the funny thing is, he and I had spoken several times, and he full well knew that I had done stabilized assets for about a decade. So therefore, why would you need to explain to me how an operation went in a stabilized asset when I had experience for a decade? And so those are the types of things that are misconceptions, or the fact that you are actually in your position and they're not expecting that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had a situation where I was speaking to a vendor and we were talking. I had a particular property that was going to need roofing and all types of capital projects. And we're speaking about it. And he was like, oh, that's great. Now, when I met him, shook hands, I gave him my business card,
Right.
told him my name, told him my title. Now we're having the conversation. He was like, just have your regional reach out to me. Have your regional reach out to me and we'll be able to figure it out. And I was like, that would be me.
Oh,
Who's your boss? I am.
I am my own regional.
So it's like, those are the misconceptions that don't make sense. And it made me laugh because, like I said, my background's in hospitality. And I remember being a department head at Marriott. I was a director of front office. And the person was screaming and yelling. They were like, I want to see the front office manager.
Yeah.
And I said, okay. And I literally turned around 3 times and turned back around. I was like, hi, that's me.
Yo, that's a move.
I love it. I love it.
So that's the part. That's the part where
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I wasn't expecting you. Or they talk to you on the phone and then they see you in person.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't expecting you.
Yep.
What is it? And I remember saying one day, I was like, is it my age or my color or that I'm a woman? Which one is it? She's like,
Yeah.
we're not crushing curls today, Sally.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. We know what goes on. We know.
We're going to touch and agree.
Hey, I'm telling you.
Man, I remember the last time that we spoke, you talked about the word shift. What does that word mean to you? And also, it's segueing into what you guys are doing now, your new venture, Her Hustle, Her Way.
Yeah. Shift for all of us, I think, in Her Hustle, Her Way, we're going through, whether it's transition, a shift, a movement
Yeah.
is what we've experienced this last year and a half, I would say. But if we had to break it down individually, I think the S would just be standing firm in who you are,
Yeah.
knowing, being unshakable.
Yeah.
I think, because there's a lot of opportunity for us to be hidden behind somebody else, a colleague, a coworker, a property,
Yep.
our title, but standing firm in our beliefs and what we're doing and knowing exactly the path that we want to go.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think the H would just be honoring our capacity. Like Kayla mentioned earlier, like if something's given to me and I'm like, you know what, I am maxed.
Right.
Who can I delegate that to?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to take on something that I can't see through to the end.
Yeah.
Right.
But in these positions in the corporate world, we survive through task.
Yeah.
Right.
We don't
Right.
typically thrive. Typically, we're just kind of like, okay, got to get the task done. Let me get it.
That's the next.
Wow.
Which
Yeah,
makes it
yeah.
hard for us to also delegate
Mm-hmm.
because we know the deadline, we know the importance, we know what needs to be done,
Yep.
and it's hard to give that to somebody and put your full trust
Oh, absolutely.
that they're going to understand the capacity
Yeah.
to get this done. So we literally survive through each task throughout the day. So it's just honoring our capacity and staying true to that.
Yeah.
Let me give it a Marco for that thing. That's a bar.
That's the bar.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I guess we're at the I, and that would be, investing in growth, whether that is personal growth, spiritual growth,
Yeah.
emotional growth,
Mm-hmm.
making sure that you're grounded. And also, I'm a mom, right?
Right.
And a lot of the times as a mom, as a wife, you want to make sure that the family is good.
Right.
You want to make sure that the children are okay. I happen to be a dance mom. I'm in dance mom gear,
Yeah.
My child's asking for lunch right now. I'm like, look, I'm not there. I'm taping a podcast. But, in investing in the growth of others, and also that you're calm enough to understand when something is not serving you anymore.
Right.
And knowing when you need growth in individual areas.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then that brings us to forging your own path.
Yeah.
Too, and being able to stand firm in that, and also be adaptable, but make your own lane. I think that comparison is a thief of joy, right? So we're always looking, especially now on social media, you're looking at everybody else's relationship goals or whatever they're doing for their own hustle, but knowing that you have your own lane and you get to thrive in and shine it. So that is very important, to really forge your own path and stay true to that.
Yeah.
And then also transforming every room that you walk in.
Oh yeah.
In that room.
Owning that room.
Owning it.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be fully who you are.
Yeah.
And then that way you don't have to worry about trying to be anybody else. Everybody else is taken.
Yeah.
Yes.
The best you can be, and that's how you shift the room for real.
Yeah.
So shifting from the leadership roles in the corporate world, what are some of the things that you had to unlearn going into Her Hustle Her Way that you guys wanted to implement a little bit different for doing your own thing?
Oh,
The brain.
The smile.
Well, because grassroots, Her Hustle Her Way
Yeah.
was born over dinner. It was a meetup.
A year ago.
Yeah.
To this.
Yeah.
Oh, a year ago to this week.
It is.
Happy anniversary. Shout out to y'all. I love it. Love it.
I mean, and I can remember it so clearly because, again, it was a Dance Mom weekend. And I was at a convention with my daughter, and I was like, hey, she got this break. I'm going to leave her there. I'll go meet these ladies. And we started talking. And while talking, we realized that there was a gap.
Yeah.
And there was a place that we wish we had that
Right.
wasn't there.
Yeah.
And then to Shantae's point, when we're trying to be in service for somebody, we're like, well, how can we create that for somebody else?
Yep.
Yeah.
And how can we, fill that gap so that people will be able to come in? And then the ideas just started coming. And the next thing we knew, we were going to have a brunch.
Yeah. We was brunching.
Came back.
We're going to have a brunch for a whole bunch
Yeah.
of ladies.
Uh-huh.
And I think it's been the most natural progression because it truly is who we are as
Right.
individuals and as leaders. And we all have our own separate pillars that we bring,
Right.
to the movement. Because
Yeah.
it's not a company, it's a community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then unlearning the idea that you have to have it all together before you start.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Do it scared. Do it anyway.
Listen.
We didn't really have a full plan. We
No.
Plan.
Zero.
Same. I'll tell you a little
We
bit.
didn't have a location.
Uh-huh.
We didn't have money.
Yeah.
No money.
So
Nothing.
building it brick by brick and knowing God gave us a vision for what it's going to look like and just trusting that he's literally going to give us the brick
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
time each way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That, we did that in like 30 days.
Wow.
Wow.
That's impressive.
Thought we were going to
And
have
it was
like
amazing.
we were going to say
50
like
people.
10
Yeah.
people going to come. We was
Yeah.
like, if we get 10. Great.
And they just kept on coming
And there was like 50.
and coming. I was like,
Wow.
oh, yeah, straight
Yeah.
down, elevator on the right.
Yeah.
Love it. Hey.
Yeah, it was a great event.
Yeah.
for
And
sure.
shout out to our one of our sponsors for that event was Tiffany from the Communal
Communal
Group.
Group.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
okay.
first one
Yes.
to say, sign me
I
up.
love Tiffany.
Sign me
Whatever
Oh my
you're
God.
Yeah.
doing,
Yeah.
Love it.
sign me up.
She is amazing.
She was our first sponsor and jumped
Yeah.
right
And
in.
Glow
She's such
Melanin.
a
Wow.
girl's girl.
Mm-hmm.
Glow
And I
Melanin to
think-
give us some products as well to give
Glow
away.
Melanin.
Wow, that is cool because Tiffany, when I met Tiffany, me and Shan, it was an event that she hosts at the apartment, right? And I was like, you remind me of my cousin so much. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, hey, my friend and I, we're starting a podcast. And this is what it's going to be about. She's like, oh my God. She's like, I have this person for you to talk to. I have this person for you to talk to. And Taffer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Connected.
And we exchanged numbers and we've been
She's
cousins
That's
ever
what's
since.
up.
Because every time she texts me, hey, cousin.
She has such an
love it.
amazing story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She went through a period of transition from the operating side
Yeah.
to the vendor side, and she forged her own path.
Yeah.
She
She
did.
saw a need, and created it herself.
Right.
So I
Yeah.
mean, she's so amazing.
And this is her 10 year of
Oh.
being in business
my
on her
goodness.
own. Like,
That's amazing.
and she did an amazing job. So I
Yeah.
can't say enough
Yeah.
about how amazing she was. And our Glow Melanin sponsors, they were able to, help us with our goodie bags that we were able
Yeah.
to give to 50 women.
Wow.
Black Girl Vitamins. We had some of their products there as well. Just a lot of greatness that came together in a very short time.
Yeah.
Even our speakers, the Dana Hill
Yeah.
and Melissa White to come and speak
Wow.
at our brunch.
Yeah, they're amazing.
They were barely any questions. They're like, sure, absolutely.
Wow.
So
That's
Overjoyed,
amazing.
so supportive.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that was something that was actually destined to happen.
yes, it was
So
divine.
it was definitely made for God to have that decision to say, okay, this is something that's needed because y'all needed a space to bring other people with like minds and the same feelings that you guys have that need that space to kind of get together and
Yeah. the chips and salsa were definitely needed.
And I will have to say that we could not do this without our other members of her.
Yeah.
Our
Absolutely.
Latoya Austin,
Yeah.
and
Asha
she
Nathan.
is incredible
Yeah.
Wow.
mom, influencer. And
Aye.
also
Shout outs to her.
Shout out to her.
Yeah.
a dope individual.
Yeah.
And then Asha Nathan as well. She was, of course, at our last.
Yeah, she was at the last one. Mad she couldn't come though. So
Yes,
yeah.
she's doing a wedding.
Asha's
today,
awesome.
so-
Yes, dynamic, wonderful, great
Yeah.
energy. You've met her, so we are the mighty group, small, but
Love
we're able
it.
to execute.
Man, that is awesome because like I said I was gonna give you guys like quick history of how we got started. The same way too. Like our previous supervisor, every morning we get together and before we start the day, I'm like, hey, I'm about to go and get breakfast, everybody. What you want? Because that's me, right?
Yeah.
Like let's just start with the right mindset and control the day at the beginning of it. So we did that and we were just talking and our supervisor, he was like, man, these companies don't care about us. They don't care about maintenance. They don't care about that Mike, Fred. No, they don't care about none of us, Mike. And I'm listening to him just going, right?
Yeah.
And after it was done, I pulled Fred aside, like, bro, we need to start a podcast.
Absolutely.
Because there's a lot of people
That feel like that.
like
Yes.
like him.
So many ideas like this come from that work trauma bond.
Yes.
Yeah.
That we have, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I promise you, before her Hustle Her Way, Nitsa and I were talking about a podcast.
Yeah.
We were.
We talked about reality shows. We were like, we need our own reality show.
Man.
Like, nobody.
If they had a reality show in property management,
I promise
that would be the number one show for a lifetime.
They will have good ratings.
Yeah.
I'm like,
The rating is gonna be good.
Yeah.
Her hustle,
Her way.
her way. It's the best thing you've ever seen before, of course. But it's gonna be big. It's the blacks, women. The blacks. We love the blacks.
Definitely the blacks. Definitely the blacks.
It's the black girl magic. Black girl magic. Black girl magic.
I'm done.
I'm not expecting that. No, but seriously,
Yeah.
there's needed platforms like this
Yeah.
Yep.
that give us a safe space to just have a conversation.
yeah.
Because I think that's what's missing
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
in
definitely.
in our industry. And everybody's just so worried about numbers and performance, and nobody cares about the conversations that happen
Yeah.
after the regionals left, or after you get yelled at by your client on the phone. Nobody's there to listen.
Yeah.
So this is definitely a much needed platform.
Yeah.
Also, the beginning of the process, I remember some questions were coming out while we had the brunch, and people were like, how do you negotiate? And
Yeah.
how do you speak up for yourself? And I remember interviewing a community manager. I knew what the budget was, and they came and they're like, pay me this, which was like $15,000 less, right,
Yeah.
Wow.
than what I could offer. I had a choice.
Yeah.
I couldn't let them lowball themselves and say, okay, great.
Yeah.
And I was like, listen, you need to do your research. I was like, I'm gonna give you a little bit of advice. When you go for a position, I was like, I want you to go on Glassdoor. I want you to do your research. I want you to do this because you just shortchange yourself $15,000.
Wow.
I'm gonna offer you this, but know that everyone is not me,
You're right.
Yeah.
right? And they appreciate it. They thank me and all that. But when you start a relationship like that, it's much better because guess what? I could have hired them at that lower one, and then they would have started their job, and they would have pulled the budget.
Yeah.
They would have said, oh,
And then you pay for what you get afterward.
pay for what you get because you're going to work to that new
Yeah.
salary.
Yeah.
And now they don't trust me,
Right.
Yeah.
right? Because I lied. And so that was always extremely important. So that's part of the things that are missing too. Just someone to say, how do I do that?
Yeah.
Right.
I've never
Yeah.
done it before.
I think the common theme in there is like gatekeeping, right?
Yeah.
We are not, everybody in this room aren't the gatekeepers,
Right.
and we want to share.
Yeah.
And so kudos to you all for not only just thinking it up and talking about it, but actually executing. Because I think that that's usually the gap, right?
Yeah.
That's the part of, just doing it scared or
Right.
figuring it out. And now you have these seasons that you've done. Every episode gets better and better, and the equipment, and I think that is testament to you all as Black men. I don't think that we,
Absolutely.
you know,
Thank you. Black man DeMarco.
Hey, Black man DeMarco.
it's a big deal. So, you know, give yourself that props for sure.
Yeah.
For
Man,
sure.
thank you. Because when we started, we had the idea, and I just went and created the logo and everything. Like, this is what it is. I would start. I had like 2 episodes already in the bag, and we had no money too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All we had is
2 iPhones and
2
a
iPhones.
DJI camera.
And then I was like, "Hey, baby, want to start this podcast? Do you mind using your card to get this camera for me?" She's like,
Right.
Shout out to her.
Shout out to
Shout out to our ladies. Yep. Facts. Trust me, I had to do the same thing. I was like, babe, I need a camera. I need your Affirm, please. Let me put that camera on your Affirm. She's like, all right, I got you. So shout out to my lady. I love her.
Yes. Just those crowns.
Yeah.
Hey.
No, but watching the evolution from when you guys started,
Yeah.
even now, just like the merch and things like that, the branding, it's amazing to see you guys like build and kind of flourish and grow throughout each episode. Like Kayla said, each episode gets a little bit better.
Yeah.
The adjustments, whatever I feel like you guys really, really care about the platform versus somebody that's just like, I need something to do.
Yeah, you're passionate about it.
Yeah, we want this thing to grow and to get to corporate and bring in, you know, people in the corporate world and have those conversations because there is a gap between the coworkers and the corporate leadership because they need to understand like the stuff that we go through and that calls for us to get higher pay and like the things that we deal with on a daily basis to kind of connect that gap. But you mentioned something earlier that I wanted to go back to where you talked about women in the corporate world, especially Black women, how y'all are perceived as like emotional and everything. But even what she just said about like the pay rate and showing that, you know, you kind of lowballed yourself. I think with Black women in the industry, it's needed because y'all have a sense of apathy or empathy that you have. Empathy that you kind of like feel for people around you and you kind of want to take care of them. So I don't see it as like you guys being like emotional and like, you know, combative. It's because you have a heart and you really feel for people.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's needed in this industry.
And you're dope.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey.
And you're dope.
And I was leaving one corporate space for another. Gosh, that's almost 2 years ago now.
Oh my God.
I know. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I made sure that the person that was going to come up under me, because I was leaving a manager position, I named the person. I said in rooms that she wasn't in, I said, she needs to be your next.
Yeah.
And then to start the conversation. And my senior director was like, of course, like I agree. This is a great idea. So, okay, great. So I'm going to leave in this pathway. I want to make sure she, a woman of color, is, you know, spoken about in this way to come up. And then I wanted to have that conversation with her. I said, ask for this.
Yeah.
And your bonus should look like this.
Right.
Yeah.
And this percentage. This is what I made. Ask for more.
Right.
Yeah.
Love it.
And then go from there. You know, but that's what conversations that you need to have as, you know, you matriculate, you get higher, wherever you are. I'm not gatekeeping any of that.
Right.
I want to be as transparent as possible.
I had that conversation with Nisa when I was a community manager. And I was presented with the promotion. And I looked for people in those roles that looked like me. And when we got to that fun day, I was at Dave & Buster's.
Oh yeah.
It was at Dave & Buster's. And I literally looked through the regional team at that time. And I was like, I need to pull her to the side because I had never worked with Nitsa. But I knew she was in that role and she looked like me.
Right.
So I was like, I got to talk to her today. And I think I stopped you. I don't know if it was the food line or the drink line. It was one of the food line. And I literally was like, hey, I've been asked to to entertain an offer for regional position.
Right.
What does that look like?
Mm-hmm.
And from there, I mean, I think she told me. I told her what they were trying to offer me.
And
She's
I said,
like,
that's
absolutely
basura.
not.
Basura.
Basura.
Mucho basura.
Literally. And she literally
Just throw it in the trash.
broke it down for me.
Yeah.
Literally broke it down for me. And allowed me to go to that negotiating table
Yeah.
and actually negotiate and advocate for myself.
Right.
Because again, the misconception, I'm amazing on site. I had a great lease up. I did all of these things. That doesn't always translate into your next position.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I needed to know how I can position myself
Right.
at that negotiating table. So shout out to Nitsa for that.
Shout out to Nisa.
Nitsa the Marco.
Nisa the Marco.
Told y'all I had some age up here. You know,
Some wisdom.
my thing is, you should never have to make the same mistakes that I did.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want anybody that's coming up behind me to have to clear the same path.
Yeah.
I feel it for my teams. I feel it for my child. Like, if
Yeah.
I have to fight, you shouldn't have to fight,
Mm-hmm.
because I've already won
At
that
least
battle.
That part.
the same fight,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Different
Yeah.
fights.
Different
Yes.
fights.
Different fights.
But, you know, this lane, if it's the A fight,
Yeah.
you should be able to slide on through.
That's it.
Correct.
Or have
Yeah.
the tools.
Yeah.
Yeah, to
show up
know how to
Teach a man how to fish.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you lift as you
Right.
climb. Like, you know, you're helping out in that
Yeah.
way for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's awesome. And also with where you were to where you are now, what forced the shift to happen? Was the shift a forced thing, or was it something that was chosen?
Chosen.
I think mine was a little bit of both.
Yeah, it chosen, and I mean, I know what yours was. Mine. So, my daughter, I always say that she's like, whether you want to call it a spirit, integrity guide,
Yeah.
whatever, but she is the one, you know, that like orders my steps, right? It's like God, quite literally. It's like God in her. And you know, at the time there were a lot of things going on, and you know, she was 9,
Mm-hmm.
and one day she's like, "You need to quit," right? And I was like,
Wow.
Who gonna pay for this private school that you go to?"
The Lord.
Right?
Okay,
The Lord.
because God doesn't provide like that.
Oh, but he does.
Yes, he will.
Raining dollars.
Tell you, them dollars just growing the trees in the front yard.
Pick 'em. But, you know, when she first said it, her reasoning at that moment is because she felt that I didn't have time for her. And I'm missing one part.
Mhm.
She came to me, and what she said is, "When is my one-on-one?" That's how the conversation started.
Wow.
She said, "Mommy, when is my one-on-one?" I stopped. I said, what do you mean? When is your one-on-one?
Mhm.
She's like, you know, you got a one-on-one with your boss. You got a one-on-one with your team. She's like,
Oh.
well, when is my one-on-one? When do I get uninterrupted time from
Wow.
you?
Has she been here?
Ouch.
Right.
That's
I
a
truly
real
believe that.
mental capacity for her to
truly
even
believe
just
At
wow.
9.
At 9.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
and she was a fresh 9. She was in the 3rd grade.
Mhm.
And I took a seat back, and I had to reorganize, right? Had to reprioritize, because I was one that didn't, like she said, you don't turn off.
Mhm.
You just go.
Go.
You just
Yep.
go.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, you have a day, you know, this day is your day. We do this, we do all these fun stuff for you. And we went along that path, and it seemingly was working. And other challenges start to come in, things happen, you know, stuff reorganizes. And I happened to be in a car accident. And this is
Wow.
when you're not prioritizing yourself, that you really don't even know what's going on. So
Right.
I had this car accident. I was worried about her, and I was still working, right?
Mhm.
And I was going. But something wasn't right.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was. I just knew that something wasn't right.
Mhm.
And like, I started to become a little afraid to drive. And I was like, you know, I feel like I shouldn't drive. And I voiced that, and I don't know, but you know, you show up as your full self every day.
Yeah.
So people don't realize that you're not okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I kept on going. And then at that point, I remember my phone rang, and I like lost it. And I was like, oh my God, the client's going to do this. And I'm trying to open up my laptop while I'm driving,
Oh.
type an email, drive down the roads in Atlanta. Like, I'm doing the most.
Especially in Atlanta traffic. Yeah.
And, you know, my child was like, Mommy, stop.
Mhm.
She said, Mommy, stop. She was like, you're scaring me.
Mm.
And I was like, you don't understand. And I remember I started to cry, and she was like, you need to quit. And of course, I didn't listen. And then one day, got a call, something, I started crying. I was emotional. And she went into dance. And then she called me back from dance, which isn't normal, about 10 minutes after. And she's like, hi. And I was like, what's going on? What's wrong? She was like, nothing. I was just calling to check on you.
Wow.
And I'm like, I'm okay. And she said, you know, you shouldn't stay somewhere where you're not appreciated.
Ooh.
Time out a 9-year-old.
Right.
At that,
Wow.
well, she was 10. She was 10 by then. But still,
She's a clairvoyant. Yeah, she's a clairvoyant for real.
you know, she's like, when you're not appreciated, she was like, and you shouldn't cry over any job.
Dang.
And I remember, I think I called Shantae and I was like, Nola just said this. And she was like, Nola not wrong. She's like, no, Nola not wrong. And, you know, change of event, things happen, but it's like, you don't need, and this brings me to this quote that I saw the other day, but it says, stop ignoring when your talent has been validated in multiple spaces. It's not a gimmick. It's not luck. It's not a once in a lifetime occurrence. You are great at this thing. You are built for it. The proof is there. Accept it, believe it. Now start moving like you know it.
Ooh.
Damn.
Wow.
And
Oh, I had to get to the Marco.
Listen, that's a bar.
that was the thing, because the child kept seeing it, right? I kept seeing it and I kept ignoring it. I kept on acting like it wasn't there. And it was the shrinkage. So for her Hustle Her Way, it's like God was like, what's wrong with y'all?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't gave it to you. What else do you want?
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and that's
I
just
think we
the
just
conversation
learned to
happened.
justify.
Yeah.
We make a lot of excuses for why we stay
That's a good one.
in spaces that we have outgrown.
Yeah.
And I think I'm split right down the middle, 50-50, where I feel like I was forced and I also feel like I chose.
Yeah.
I think I was forced because I wasn't ready to unleave a to leave a comfortable, uncomfortable space.
Right.
I knew the toxicity.
Yeah.
Right.
And you get comfortable with
You
it.
get comfortable.
It becomes the norm.
It really
Exactly.
does.
Yeah.
So you're
And you-
numb.
Yeah. And you don't know, like, if I was to go into another property management company, I don't know what their level of toxicity is.
Because they all got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew,
They sure do.
I knew this toxicity. I knew what
Yeah.
those floor to ceiling windows entail. I knew what it was.
Yeah.
I knew what the elevator ride up was
Yeah.
going to look like. But I didn't know at the other companies. So I had to mentally force, along with my therapist, myself to choose me.
Yeah.
And know that my time has expired.
Right.
Wow.
And I was completely disconnected. I went through the thoughts of, I'm not good enough.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Is it me?
I failed.
I failed.
Yeah.
I failed my people,
Yeah.
my team.
That's how I felt.
I felt like I was pulled in too many different directions and I was no longer efficient.
Yeah.
Where I always felt efficient.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, Shantae, you made it to regional manager and you're like failing. And my teams would be like, you were the greatest. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I sucked. I sucked in my mind.
Nah.
Yes. Yeah.
Because,
It's
I
an
mean,
internal battle.
Well,
I literally still go through it.
we're hard on ourselves like the most.
We are.
We are.
Instead of like once people tell you like really like what they see on the outside, that's really what they see. And on the inside you're like, no, that's not true. But technically you've sheltered them from all of that and shown them that you can be a leader. And that's what help them know, like, okay, she's for us.
Yeah.
It's that imposter.
Yeah.
It's the imposter syndrome because my husband always told me, because I was the one that you would never see me cry. You would never see me sweat. If I was at your property, yep, you do not let people see you break down.
Never.
But I was doing it at home and for my husband and my son and my daughter. And
Absolutely.
I literally got to the point where he was like, get it out now.
Yeah.
Because the minute that you walk out of this house, I need you to pull it together.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so insensitive. And he's like, no, nobody's going to see you in that space.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody to think that they have that much control
Authority.
over you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I was like, okay, I get it. You're a
Makes
protector.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing.
So,
But,
Your husband covering.
Good
hey,
husband.
girl,
drop a bomb for him.
Boom for the husband. Husband DeMarco.
Husband DeMarco.
but it's hard.
Yeah.
It's tough.
That's tight.
Yeah.
It's tough.
That's good for him to
because we
keep
didn't
that.
want you guys to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was brave face, Shantae's here, showing up.
okay.
Yep. But then I get in that car and I'm like,
100%.
road rage was on.
Absolutely.
I would say for me, it was a choice.
Mhm.
And what sparked it for me was one of my like closest friends. She was like a sister to me. She passed unexpectedly,
Wow.
top of January 2024, and she was a workaholic.
Yeah.
High performing Black woman from the Caribbean. Had a daughter that she was raising on her own, just getting it and growing. But you know, everything that we talked about as far as those pressures, we were kind of on the same pace of like just being our sounding boards. And when she passed, because of something that I think you're always pouring into others, and then you don't post check yourself.
Yeah.
And you know, it may have been able to be prevented or what have you, but when you're not checking on your body,
Yeah.
it breaks down in ways that, you know, sometimes you can't even explain.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so it was a wake up call for me, to say, you know what, I don't want to burn out, and be out.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have life to
Long out.
live. You want to be here.
Right. I want to still be here, and I wanted to do it not only just for me, but for my sister friend Aisha. I wanted to show a good example of how to not necessarily have work-life balance, but have boundaries and commit to those boundaries and say, you know what, I'm going to choose me. I'm going to choose my mental health, my spiritual health,
Yep.
Right.
all of those things. I'm very career-driven and goal-oriented.
Yeah.
So when the opportunity came to make a change, it wasn't even really on my radar. I was comfortable with like the toxicity that I knew, or just the work group that I had and everything like that. But there was opportunity there to make more and have a higher position. And I was like, well, maybe my time here has ended. I can still keep my great contacts, love the people that I love.
Yeah.
And it's not a failure because I'm leaving. It's just, it's a see you later.
Yeah.
Okay. In a different
In these
capacity.
streets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outside.
I need to make I need to forge a new path here.
Yeah.
And there's opportunity. Still the first, you know, Black woman to have this title and do these things in this new capacity and this new job.
Yeah.
So I was like, I need to now open other doors.
Yeah.
And it's time. It's I think a leadership position to know when to move.
When to pivot.
Yeah.
Yep.
The other thing that drives all of us too is we said mental health, you said therapist, you said therapist. I didn't say therapist, but the therapist also said, you know, we had to check in
Yes.
because the one thing that I give us a lot of credit for is having the wherewithal to know that that's where you need to go when you need help, right?
Right.
The therapist is going to help you. You're not crazy.
Right.
You're not a loony. You need a sounding board, and that really helped me to see, you know, what was going on.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid of that. You
That's
go to
right.
the doctor for a checkup.
Absolutely.
Those are your checkups.
You got to get your mental capacity. Yep. Checked up.
Yeah, I had to learn that too, because when Shannon and I we got married, moved to Atlanta, and I started experiencing anxiety, depression, and it came out of nowhere.
Yep.
And I was trying to figure out what it is,
Yeah.
you know, and going through the motion with the work at the time, trying to find the balance between the two. She's like, babe, I think you should talk to somebody. I'm like, I don't want to talk to a therapist. You know, I don't want to talk to somebody that go to school to get a piece of paper to tell me what to do with my life. What?
Yeah.
No. And
Yeah.
that's the man.
Man, we good. We okay.
No, don't tell me. I got this.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, you know what? I don't got this.
Exactly.
And I went and it changed.
Yeah.
And then a year ago, when my niece passed the day before my birthday, she was probably maybe 6 weeks old, maybe.
Yeah.
And I was trying to take the days off to go to the funeral and stuff. And like, well, I'm like, that's a family member. I need these
You
days.
count on those 3 days.
That's like,
though.
no, but you can use your vacation. I'm like, wow. So I was trying to go into, I was fighting with that, and came into work one morning, And Fred came and saw me. He's like, "What's up, bro?" I'm like, "I'm good, man." Ooh. I was like, "Bro, we supposed to never see me cry."
Yeah,
Like,
like,
man,
nah,
it's
I
all
get
good,
it,
bro.
I get it.
Yeah.
And that kind of motivated the shift for us to start the podcast. And the podcast was our saving grace.
Yes.
The same way Her Hustle, Her Way is your saving grace.
Absolutely,
So even though we forge our own path, it all leads to the same destination of community,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
There's life outside of PTO and SOP,
Yes.
yeah.
things like that. And I think that's the disconnect.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like Nitsa said, she realized her manager had lost a family member,
Mhm.
her mom.
Right.
And instead of putting her on the typical SOP, you have 5 bereavement days. And after that,
Right.
it's just she's human.
Yeah.
Right.
And if the property can run without her being there for 8 days because she set up her team
Mhm.
and the way for them to function without her.
Right.
And they trust the regional manager to be able to go to the regional manager in their manager's absence. Why not give them that time?
Absolutely.
We can't control when people pass.
Sure can.
We don't schedule that.
Yep.
No.
So like
Facts.
why do we have to abide? Why is there no flexibility there?
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that's the gap.
Yeah. They take the human aspect out of it.
I was just about to say that. Yeah.
It's like a
Human aspect out of the
robot
people
at this
industry.
point. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything. It's not that rules are made to be broken, but
Mhm.
they're made for a second eye.
Right.
And you can't tell me, I have a very close knit family, right? And
Right.
the rule of the 3 bereavement day is parent
Mhm.
or child or spouse.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, if my
Yeah.
grandmother were to pass, it doesn't count.
Yeah. She's
Right.
not.
If my
The
niece
close
to your
family, which
case,
is
right?
crazy.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah,
count.
It doesn't count.
But meanwhile, my niece and my nephew are like my kids.
Yeah.
Right? And you can't, it could just be a friend. It could be an animal. Like you can't tell me what's important to me in my
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
And that's the part where the humanity
Yeah.
really needs to come back.
Yep. Agreed.
Wow.
Man, that's true.
That's true.
Wow, this is an episode and in a therapy session. And
You're welcome.
Little Jan
So- Right.
before you ask the next question, I told you the second one was going to be
Yeah.
fire.
He did say that. He said, yeah, it's gonna be good. He did.
Yeah.
Yep. But coming up on your 1 year anniversary now, what does the success look like for you guys going forward with Her Hustle, Her Way?
Scale.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot to do, a lot of framework, a lot of planning, action. We need to pull the trigger on quite a bit of projects that we have sitting in the suitcase.
Yeah.
They've been brewing for a little bit, but everyone still is growing in different stages because, of course, as this is growing, life is happening.
Yep.
Which is why we have 2 members that aren't here, right? And then the last time, I was over there in the snow
Yep.
in Minnesota. So everybody's forging their own paths at the same time that we're, moving this along as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
That's the collective part of it, the Her Hustle Collective. And our next event, stay tuned. We'll be posting that out as soon as we regroup and,
Yeah.
interactions on social media and
Yeah.
doing more podcast episodes like this. And
Yeah.
just wanting to make sure that we stay connected to the base that we're growing.
Absolutely.
So ideally want to grow at the pace God desires us to grow at.
Right.
And continuously check in with each other.
Mhm.
Because this is the root.
Yeah.
And we want to make sure that stays solid and
Absolutely.
good. And
Yeah.
give each other the grace needed for shifting schedules and things like that.
Yep. And you guys can kind of step in for each other
Yep.
Yeah.
when one is not there. And
Yeah.
that's a good thing about it.
It is a really good thing.
Yeah.
And since you guys pivot from management into Her Hustle, Her Way, and every other amazing thing that you have going on, what advice would you give to a woman specifically that want to pursue the career that you had before?
Ooh, child.
Dun, 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 dun.
No,
Go
I wouldn't
for
say
it. Go for it. You can do it.
No, I wouldn't say don't do it.
Don't do it.
No, I honestly, I would never say that. It's get ready, right?
Yeah.
So I would tell them the truth and be armed,
Right.
not to be scared
Mhm.
and not to welcome life and welcome the paths as it come, but just be aware
Right.
of what some things might look like. Right. So when you see them, you can call a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all. But to keep marching forward and to have fun.
Yeah.
I had fun. I did have fun. There's lots of highs
Yeah.
that I experienced that I would say I would definitely do again.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are a lot of times where if I had to do that part, I wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so that's what I would talk to them about. Like when you see something like this, like you were talking about white knuckling and keep on going,
Yeah.
you learn to let go.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a place many times
Yeah.
where I should have just let go
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and I didn't.
Yeah.
And holding on, it's like, if somebody puts fire in your hand and just tells you to hold it with a, with a stick, you're going to get burnt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what happens. So how can I prevent you from not getting burnt?
Mm.
Yeah.
Tell them to observe, be a student first,
Yeah.
right? Don't necessarily think that you're going to go in and you could change everything and,
Yeah.
you're going to do great things and you can,
Yeah.
but be there to learn,
Mm-hmm.
understand the culture,
Yeah.
see if it's the right fit for you because that's important as well.
Mm-hmm.
And absorb it all, be a sponge,
Right.
and also have a very firm understanding of your passion.
Yeah.
What are you really passionate about? Let that anchor you. And
Yeah.
then you can learn everything else. Whatever you feel like you're deficient in or you need to sharpen your skills on, you can do that.
Mhm.
But your anchor is this is what I do really well. I
Right.
love analytics. So I can do X, Y, and Z. I love,
Mhm.
people. So I could, help them thrive or what have you. See what that is. Let that shine and don't try to do it all. And I think that will be a great starting base.
Yeah.
And sometimes we get in our head about having a seat at the table,
Yeah.
deserving to be there. There's that imposter syndrome. But do it anyway and know that you deserve
Right.
to be there and where you're at. And if you're in the room, you deserve to be in the room.
That part.
Period.
That part.
Be in the room, DeMarco.
Kayla DeMarco.
You know what? The last time we spoke, I was listening to her and I'm like, okay, I'm taking that. I'm taking that. And now listen to all of y'all. I'm like, yep, I'm taking that. Since you heard mention again, just know.
Yeah, y'all dropping clues bombs for real.
Yeah. Kayla definitely drops gems.
Every now and then.
Definitely does. No, I think
Yeah.
I think what I would tell somebody going into that role is to be confident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So confident that you do not lose who you are at the core.
Yeah.
Because you are the person that got you into that, that space.
Right.
I think I would tell them to keep their head held high.
Right.
Because there were so many times that we were told to keep our heads down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But we don't operate like that.
No.
Like
not
we
at all.
are the majority
Facts.
out here. And so when we operate from a minority mindset, we tend to kind of,
Shrink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think just for me coming from the West Coast to the Southeast, there was no representation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You didn't see me at corporate unless I was there for a meeting.
Right.
Man.
But I wasn't there with the key card.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I had to be buzzed up.
What floor?
Yeah. I still have to pay for parking.
Damn.
We have a Shante coming up in the
That's literally what it was.
Yeah.
But I
Wow.
think,
Yeah.
we strive to get to these tables, and once we get there, we realize the table was whack.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay, the table was broken.
Horrible. I was trying to.
It's unleveled. You trying to help hold the table up.
You trying to put something under
Yeah.
the table so it's level.
Look
Give it some
stable.
balance.
Right? It's
Yeah.
dirty.
And they don't even care.
The chairs don't
Yep.
match.
They don't care.
They don't care.
No, basura.
But that's what you do. You make it a Goliath. You
Yeah.
make it like, oh, this thing is so intimidating.
Yep.
But once you get there, you get in them rooms.
And
get
you
in
like
those
this thing?
meetings, you're like,
Yeah.
oh.
This is what we doing?
Like, this is the real think tank.
You show how normal they are because they're normal people too.
Yeah.
So you you don't have it all together either.
Yeah. And sometimes when we get into those spaces and we occupy them, we become the table.
Yeah.
That part.
They start pushing
And the
on you more,
chairs.
start leaning
And
on
the
you.
chairs.
The walls.
Yeah.
And then we
The whole
bring
damn
we bring
building.
the
And the
curtains.
floors.
Especially the floors.
But that's the overperformer part, right? That's the
Yeah.
feeling of like,
Yep.
okay, I know where to fix here, whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's why I say observe first. Because if
Yeah.
no one's, I am not, if I become the table and the chair, then somebody's sitting on me.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's pressure
Facts.
there.
That's a
But I
bar.
So
The gem dropper.
it's
I also learned, especially when I was a community manager and I went for lease ups. I was on stabilized assets a majority of my career. I spent the last 6.5 years on lease ups. And what I learned was I became so valuable to them in the spaces that I was overlooked for promotion.
Yeah.
We need to
Because
keep her right there.
We're going to keep her right here because she's a great cleanup woman. We can put her at these properties where these,
Yep.
where the new construction teams messed up.
Yep.
We'll put you in after they leased up so you can fix all of the problems.
That's crazy.
So I had to I had to volunteer for due diligence teams. I had to volunteer for stuff outside of my office so other people could recognize
Yep.
what I brought to the table.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because the ones that I thought I needed to impress, they were keeping me there.
Yep.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I stepped out of my office and got the visibility from other departments, other people,
Right.
that I was able to shine.
Because it makes them look good.
It makes them look good.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to own your own growth and development.
Yep.
Yeah.
That right there is the key, because nobody is going to want better for you than you. And once you realize that within yourself, then you know you're your greatest asset.
Yeah,
Yep.
you're unstoppable.
Unstoppable.
To be fair, too, it kind of piggybacks off of what we talked about in our first chat that we had about your reputation being your resume.
Yeah.
You need to be in those other departments and those other
that was
rooms.
one that
Yeah.
Hold up. Say it again. Say it again. Say it again.
Yeah.
Lord.
I knew that was one.
Yeah, that was one of them.
Yes,
He's like, I gotta
it
take
was. Yes, it was. Can I be a friend?
Only friends are good friends.
Always.
Nah, we family here.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, let your reputation be your resume.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be so insulated where your direct reports or, your manager's like, you're really good at just this.
Right.
So I want to keep you at just this.
Yeah.
But you know that the leader in this department and that one and these other fields to know like, oh no, she's multifaceted. Like she's great.
Yeah.
And sometimes things get messy. So, they could say, no, well, she had a terrible attitude or there might be a little chatter that happens. And you now know that your reputation can speak for itself. In rooms that you're not in, they're like, that's not who I know.
Right.
Yeah.
They
That's
know
not the experience
instantly.
I had.
That's not
Yeah.
the experience that I have. So something must be wrong here.
Yep.
Because they never act like that
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
at all.
Yep.
So let that be in the room even when you're not.
Yep.
Yep.
Like that.
Mm.
And that like goes back to what
I feel like I'm in church.
that part. Hallelujah. That goes back to what Shantae was saying about like her having to be the cleanup woman after construction.
Yeah.
Because like even with us being in these roles, is like whenever we're doing these inspections and they're coming to inspect our property and say, hey, you need this and you need that, we have like my thing is like, why aren't these maps being done, like the shutoff maps and stuff like that? Those should already be in place.
SOPs.
You should already have the SD logs in place. Everything should be in place before the person even gets here.
Yep.
So why am I taking my day out to go run around the property to find this, to find that, even though I need to do it because I need to know where it's at. But at the same time, it should already be there.
Yeah.
And those are things that they're lacking on the construction side, where they can make them say, hey, take care of this and then do this stuff. So that way, when we do have a maintenance technician or, our team comes in, they know exactly where everything's at and they see it.
Yeah.
So,
And I may age myself. I worked for a company in California and Phoenix where there were binders.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And when I tell you these binders were everything that property,
Right.
you didn't have to look for anything. Everything was color coded. You knew all the red were your emergency. You knew all the green was your
Yep.
operations.
Yep.
You know, the blue was your maintenance. The yellow, can't remember, but it was something. But if you were to start on that property on Monday,
Right.
all you had to do was go to
that
those
binder.
binders.
Yep.
And everything you needed was laid out.
Yeah.
I never understood, and we went to bat in a lot of RPM meetings of new construction. There's no reason why new construction properties, when you come up for a maintenance inspection, that you're failing.
Yeah.
We set you up to fail.
Right.
Yeah.
Those
Because
things should have been in place.
Those things should have been in place before the doors opened to that property.
Right.
There should have been a map created for all the shutoff valves.
Mhm.
There should have been a map created for all the elevated surfaces.
Yep.
There should have been all of these things, but then
Already
we
done.
require you to do it right before your maintenance,
Yeah.
inspection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we ding you.
Yeah.
Like, we need to ding ourselves
Correct.
because we set you up to
Well, that's not
fail.
gonna
Yeah.
happen.
yeah.
But that will never happen.
No,
because
not at all.
it has to be blamed on somebody,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I think that in those situations, when nobody wants to take a step back
Mhm.
and provide you guys the support and the resources that you need, you have to kind of look at it and just be like,
What's going on?
Yeah.
do you want me to succeed?
Right.
Am I just a score on a piece of paper?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing? We're not giving you guys the tools so you don't have to worry about, walking a 27 floor,
Yep.
Yeah.
asset to find all the shutoff valves.
Mhm.
But
Looking
that
at
goes
ceilings.
to being in the room and
Yeah.
being an advocate, because
Yep.
you having that insight to say, like, okay, hey, this is what we really need to be talking
Yep.
about. Because I promise you, you get to the corporate level, there'll be a meeting to have a meeting to have a meeting to have a
Correct.
meeting.
Yeah.
And
And we
a
have
follow-up
all,
email.
yes. We have all
To
these
schedule the
conversations, but
meeting.
this is important. We have talked about this.
Yeah.
We talked about a map
Yeah.
that's not created. You're going up and down, in these new developments. That is something that's necessary to have that voice
Yep.
Right.
in those meetings to make sure you have a good advocate
Yeah.
for.
Right.
Especially budget meetings.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Because it takes your time away from other things that you can be doing. So,
Correct.
taking care of the
For your
property.
team.
Yeah. So,
100%.
Like, my maintenance supervisor is always in the office doing admin stuff,
yep.
but you expect your techs to do all the labor work.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So
Man.
This is a good episode.
It is.
So,
I told you it was going to be.
yep.
Good.
So, closing out, if the industry wrote a diary entry about each of you, what would it say?
I'm a fighter.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one thing that it would say. I will rise up to the occasion probably 99% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I may not know how I got there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I got there.
Right.
I tried to carry a lot of my teams on my shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they don't look good, I don't look good.
Yep.
And I never took credit from their performance. It was always, you guys did this. I'm just there
Yeah.
as a spectator.
Yeah.
I'm there to make sure that you guys look good. I'm there to support you. I'm there to be your cheerleader. I'm there to wipe the tears because I know it's hard. I'm there to ask you how your dog's doing, your mom's doing, your grandfather's doing.
Mhm.
I see you as the human.
Yeah.
And I think that's what all of my teams can say.
Yep.
There's just, I don't think there's anybody that can be like, oh, Shantae was horrible.
Facts.
Shantae may have not been at your property every single day,
Mm-hmm.
but there was a check-in
Yep.
from wherever I was
Yeah.
at that time.
That's a fact.
So I think that people would say that I'm a fighter.
Come on, fighter.
Hey.
She
Come on,
is a
boy.
fighter.
Little MMA, yeah.
I would think the diary entry would be, I experienced a really authentic person today and each day.
Yeah.
My authenticity is, I hope my calling card. I want to make sure people
Yeah.
feel good
Yeah.
around me, right? They won't, that quote, people won't remember what you did. They will remember how you made them feel.
Absolutely.
And I want to make sure that I've created a space for you to be the best or feel, safe enough to be who you truly are, and not have to safeguard
Yeah.
yourself around me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Man, that's good.
authenticity.
That's good.
That's facts.
I think for me, it would say you belong.
Yeah.
I am definitely one that will question the status quo
Yeah.
and make room for understanding.
Mm.
So having that dual aspect is what definitely would be said.
Like that.
Man, I like her. She's like straight to the point. I am dope. This is what you need to know.
Drop a bomb for him, bro. Let's go.
I'm sitting up like Moesha, tears
I love it.
Man.
I love it.
Man, it is so amazing to have you guys. It's amazing to know you guys as well.
It's facts.
Well, Shanta already know.
Yeah.
We bond over cars.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah, the first time I got introduced, this is Shanta. I'm like, hey, oh, you got a Tesla? Oh my God.
Chantel's keeping that phone, okay?
I want to be like you and I grow up.
Immediately.
That part.
And I'm a person, I like to build relationships
Yeah.
because you never know
Yeah.
when you meet someone
Yeah.
or anything, you know, and because of the relationship that I've built, here we are.
Yeah.
And together, man, we can do amazing things.
Yeah.
And I'm rooting for you guys. Like
Me too.
her hustle, her way. Listen, when I see the post on the gram, I'm like, that is fire. I want to be that, you know? And I take things from what I see and apply to our podcast as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like each one teach one.
That's right.
Yeah, we learn from each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So man, we're rooting for you and thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for allowing us to.
Really.
Yeah.
Run this
Definitely.
back.
That's
I know.
right.
We told you we'll be back.
We thank you. Thank you. And you're always welcome for sure.
Yes. Yes.
And then when y'all ready to do a pod session with just y'all, just let us know and we'll set it up.
Started me with a good time.
That's right.
And we want to thank you all too, because you created the space to come into yourselves authentically,
Yeah.
and you have to give yourselves credit. So thank you, brothers.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Thank you. You know what? I would say, well, there's a famous quote behind every man is a great woman.
Yeah.
And I
Listen.
have the goats right there.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Both of them.
Listen,
okay.
They know how to push us for sure. They know how
that
to
is the
push
yin
us.
to my yang because I'm the person, I
Yeah.
will walk into a job today and if I don't feel like it's a vibe for me, I'll walk right
Out
out.
of there.
Yeah.
And
Well, we gotta
Shane came and
change
just
that.
brought the balance.
Level
and
of
now
stability.
I'm
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
oh.
Yes, can we give
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
shout out?
Tell you, our ladies
shout
keep us
out.
grounded for sure. They keep us grounded.
So this-
She's really the big boss.
Yeah.
Okay?
Big boss.
Big boss. Back
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because I
She's
know
the
me.
reason for this smile right here, man.
Give a shout
Yeah.
out for the
Yeah.
spouses.
Right.
Yeah,
For
indeed.
the spouses.
Because I'm very.
She married DeMarco.
Yeah.
Chantel DeMarco.
I know me because I'm stubborn and I always gotta. She always brings me back down and say, "Hey, just you know."
I mean, we know that's why the phone was on.
Both folks.
Run it back.
Both folks.
You're like, give us a name.
So yeah,
over here.
we appreciate them.
Yeah.
Man, everybody just make sure you guys go on Instagram. You guys on TikTok too?
No, not yet, but we.
Okay.
Pretty soon?
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
All right.
Right now, go on Instagram, follow her, hustle her way.
That's
Be
right.
a part of the movement, a part of the culture, a
That's
part of
right.
the community. Like these
Absolutely.
women are so amazing. And continue to like, subscribe,
Subscribe.
share.
That's right.
And let's keep this thing going because this is a community
Yes.
and we are here for you guys.
Yep.
And this is the grand microphone for everybody to come and have a voice.
Absolutely.
Love that.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Yeah. Her hustle, her weight, DeMarco.
Man, I'm your host, Michael,
I'm Fred.
and we will catch you guys on the next one.
Let's go.
Peace.
Peace.
Let's go.
next